Now, do you see any potential for beyond this one race, building a Green Party presence in East Hampton? Is it something that seems like it would be beneficial for your community in general?
I think it would be, and obviously I'm biased because I am a Green, and I care deeply about this. But personal politics aside, I think it's beneficial anyways. I think it's beneficial for every town to have more than just two options. I don't think having only two options is good for voters. I don't think it's good for the town necessarily. I think it becomes very binary and it pits people against each other. And I think it just limits the dialogue. And in general, I don't think having only two options is good as a rule. So I like the idea of having more choices. And as I said, here in East Hampton, there's a tradition of that already with the Chatham Party, which was a municipal third party that they're not running candidates this year to my knowledge, but they have in the past. And they're kind of like a mix and melange of different, it doesn't have I think it's for responsible spending, but that's kind of what the Republicans are for too. And so it's kind of just a mix. I think they had some people who are Republicans, some people who are Democrats, some people who are Greens. So it's kind of like just a mixed bag party, which is great. But I think the Greens offer a specific platform which appeals to certain people. And I think especially in East Hampton, we're a lake community. So actually in the center of our town is Lake Pocatapog, which is this big lake. It used to be a resort town. We're about halfway between Boston and New York. So traditionally we were a resort town where people would come, and there was the train, the airline trail runs through our town. And so people would kind of vacation here and have their summer homes. So the lake is a big issue in town because it is affected by the blue-green algae blooms that happen in the summertime. A lot of people still have summer cottages here, and it's all well and dandy to have a summer cottage or live by a lake because, oh, it's great to have a lake nearby, except when then the weather's nice enough to go swimming, the lake is toxic, and so you can't swim in it, which has been the case almost every year since the early 80s. So it's a real issue in town. And they've just recently done some mitigation. I mean, there's been ongoing mitigation work, but I think, Greens, our number one issue is the environment and is ecology. And they've done some technological tweaks to help improve the lake. But I think it points to a larger issue that is our bread and butter in terms of trying to solve the climate crisis and doing that at every level to benefit our town, but also to benefit the state, the country, the world. And we have the Salmon River, Salmon River watershed runs through our town also, which then feeds into the Connecticut River. So there's a lot of people who are active in kind of maintaining the watershed. We have a lot of forests in town. There's this, I think it's Meshomacic State Forest, but there's state forest in the northern part of town. As they said, the Connecticut River is big for recreation and just as a kind of landmark in the area as well. So yeah, I think that our platform would appeal to a lot of people here. I think it's just a matter of getting the word out and knowing that they have the option of, voting Green and having Green candidates. So that's part of why I'm running too, is hopefully to, even if it's just to introduce a couple or a few people, that's just a few more people who would know that this is an option.